Good morning. This is Sarah Honeydew for JNS Biblical Productions, March 1st, 1940 in Atlanta, Georgia. We are here to tell you a true story about a woman who illustrates the parable of the candle under the bushel. She's a personification of what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, 14 to 16. A kind of command. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. This is also in the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus tells us not to hide our light, which is in ourselves. To tell us about her success is Miss Vivien Leigh Hartley. Miss Vivien, good morning. I'm addressing you by your given name, although the world knows you under a different name that made you shine. First, I want to ask, where and to whom were you born?
Miss Honeydew, can I call you Sarah?
Yes.
Well, I was born in Darjeeling, India on November 5th, 1913. I'm a Scorpio, and my father was a French stockbroker, and my mother was Irish.
So, that's a humble middle-class start. Why did you want to become famous?
Well, when I became 7, I told a classmate, Maureen O'Sullivan, that I was going to become an actress and be famous.
I see. So you decided at an early age that you were going to let your light shine before men. So where did you go to school?
Well, I went to school in England first, then France, then Italy, then Germany, and then I went and studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Wow, that's quite a lot. But nobody has ever heard of Vivien Leigh Hartley. But I guess you didn't give up.
That's right. I took my husband's first name, my first husband's first name, and turned it into my last name, and then changed the E for the A in my first name.
Wow, that's pretty clever. That's much better. So we're getting close to your name that the world knows you by. So how did your famous career begin?
I made my stage debut in 1935 on the London stage, but it just so happened when I was on vacation in America that I met the director, George Cukor, who was looking for an actress to play a bitchy Southern belle before the Civil War. He interviewed 1,400 women before me.
Well, good gracious, I think God is going to play a part in this now.
Maybe so. He was looking for an actress who was possessed with the devil and electricity. So I was chosen just 2 weeks before shooting on January 13th, 1939, because of my lovely saucy charm and electricity.
Before you go any further with your sassy charm, I want to say this.
Well, who are you?
I am Bertha Sedgway. I'm the receptionist here at JNS Biblical Productions. And if you try sassing me, I'm going to wash your mouth out with this soap.
You wouldn't dare. I'll tell Mr. Selznick on you.
Oh, yes, I would. I am the boss here.
But you're nothing but a receptionist, so bleh.
Oh, so you're going to be childish like Scarlett O'Hara? Well, bleh to you, too.
Ladies, let's be civilized. So, Vivien, with your new name, you must have met somebody of influence.
I guess I did. The American producer, Mr. David O. Selznick, thought I was just right for the part to play a Southern belle before the Civil War who had no sense of humor, selfish, egotistical, petty, and too self-centered. It opened on December 15th, 1939 in Atlanta, Georgia, where 300,000 visitors came to see it.
Well, that sounds like a completely awful person to play. Oh, by the way, to our viewers, you may have guessed by now that our guest's stage name is Vivien Leigh, and the part that she just described as selfish and egotistical is Scarlett O'Hara, and the movie in which she won Best Actress of the Year in 1939 is Gone with the Wind. So, as Jesus said, let your light shine rather than hide it under a bushel.
That's me, but I'm really not the same person as Scarlett. I'd much rather have a sense of humor. I know I won Best Actress of the Year last week at the 12th Annual Academy Awards, but I am an actress, not a film star living for false values and for publicity.
Vivien, could you give us just one example of a scene from Gone with the Wind and how you played it?
Well, I was in the library with Ashley, and I asked him to marry me, but he said he was going to marry Melanie. So we fought. I told him he was a coward, and I slapped him. Then he left. Then I looked around, and I found a vase like this. Like that.
Oh.
Then Red Butler came up behind the couch and he said, "Has the war started?" Then I yelled at him and told him he should have made his presence known. And he said he didn't want to interrupt that beautiful love scene and what did you call it? Your passion for living? So we fought, I got angry, and walked out.
Wow. Well, that's the way we will remember you. And something else you said, you never get tired of learning lines. And as a Scorpio, you typically burn yourself up. This is Sarah Honeydew for JNS Biblical Productions repeating, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glory in your Father which is in heaven." Good morning.